Hello folks, Everchanger here, and welcome back to more Pokemon Crystal. Last time, we climbed our way up to the top of the Glitter Lighthouse here in Olivine City. There we met Jasmine with her sick Pokemon Amphy, and they asked us to head over to Cianwood City to obtain some medicine. Now, we are going to be heading there this time, but I want to make absolutely sure you people do not forget this if you are playing along. You 100% must grab strength from this guy before you go onwards. Just wanted to make that very clear. Anyway, we're going to be heading over this way, and I forgot to buy repels. I will be right back. You saw nothing. Anyway, you're going to head out here to Route 40, and we are going to be making a headway onto this water right here. Now, I have switched Elekid into the front for two reasons. One, there are 14 trainers between here and Cianwood City, and I would like to fight them all. Elekid is definitely going to be the best equipped to do that, since these trainers pretty much exclusively use water types, as you can see. The second reason is there is a really strong Pokemon coming up that we are going to have to take out, and it is weak to moves that Elekid knows. I really think we should get Elekid as strong as possible before we move to take on that Pokemon, because otherwise we're going to have a really difficult time of it. So even though Elekid's already pretty high leveled compared to the rest of the team, we're going to be training it up a little bit more over the course of this next route, just because if we don't, there is potential that we could run into a lot of issues very soon, and I really do not want to have that happen. Alright, so we're going to take out this Tentacool right here, and that should bring down the first trainer of, yes, 14. Luckily, there are no new Pokemon in this route to go over, and there are also no items on this route that we can get at the moment, so it's really just going to be battling for the next little bit. Get a bit more experience, and there we go. Okay, Uncle, I give. Alright, I went back and healed after that battle, and I always notice in editing, whenever I come out of a cut, like 99% of the time, I say, alright. I really don't know why. I guess it's just a really good transition word in my mind. Really not sure what's up with that. Anyhow, the nice thing about a lot of these trainers is they don't tend to have too many Pokemon, with one exception that we're going to be seeing. There's one guy on this route that's going to have, like, I think a full team of 6, which might get annoying really quickly. Anyway, there we go. Second trainer down. Very nice. Very nice. Now, I suppose since we're basically just going to be going through here and doing a lot of battles, I might as well throw up a little bit of a conversation starter for the comments, like I kind of like to do. Like, having conversations going in the comments is a really good way to have viewer interaction, and I really like viewer interaction. So I'm going to say that this past week, and this is true, this past week, I got my very first smartphone. You're probably looking at that upload date if you're watching this far in the future, and you're like, wait, July of 2017? Yes. I've been using a quote-unquote dumb phone all this time until just this past week, and I'm really curious to see how many other people in the comments, like, I'd like to know when you all got your first smartphone. Did you jump in on the craze back in like 2007 when it was brand new? Or did you hold off like I was sort of forced to do for various reasons? I gotta say, I'm probably one of the last people to actually get one, because smartphones are now officially over 10 years old. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. Ooh, I'm feeling dizzy, she says. That reminds me, I don't think we've used Dizzy Punch much at all on Elekid right here. Anyway, we have a 4th trainer right here, and this is the last trainer on Route 40, but there are actually 2 routes daisy-chained together here between Olivine and Cianwood. The other route is, as you might expect, Route 41. There is something really interesting on Route 41 that we're not going to be able to fully check out until much later, but it's another one of those things that I think really defines the Johto region. Johto has... It's pretty small, but what it does have, I feel like, is very, very memorable. Like the two towers in Ecruteak City, or the Sprout Tower in Violet City, or the Lighthouse in Olivine City. There's just a lot of really, really cool areas in Johto that I feel are just remarkably memorable, given the circumstances of Johto being relatively small in comparison. And we haven't even seen all of these areas yet. There's a few areas left to visit in Johto that are just really, really cool, iconic areas, and it's going to be really fun to check them out when we get to them. Alright, we're almost to level 26 on Elekid right here. Unfortunately, we don't quite get it. Uh-oh, I lost, he says. Alright, moving further southward, we are officially on Route 41. And as you might imagine, aside from the fact that we've got some interesting little branching paths right here, talk to me, jeez. Water routes in Pokemon games generally tend to be kind of bland. Aha, here's the guy with 6 Pokemon. And it's funny, his name is George. My grandfather spent years and years and years just calling me George, even though we both know that's not my name. I feel like he got a lot of enjoyment with it, so I kind of took it in stride, but in recent years he's stopped doing it. But yeah, water routes in Pokemon games generally tend to be really, really samey in terms of how they look. So I'm really glad that in more recent generations they sort of stopped doing water routes, because I feel like they really don't know how to make them very interesting. Which is ironic, because I feel like Route 41 in the Johto region is probably one of the most interesting routes in the entire series because of another area that it contains. We're not going to be seeing it for a while, but there are 4 islands around this route, and they are all known as the Whirl Islands. And they contain something very, very interesting that we're not going to be able to see until quite a bit later. In fact, we're probably going to have to wait until after the post-game in order to see what there is to see there. It's really crazy how long we have to wait. Like, we're seeing the Whirl Islands now, but I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see what they contained until an episode somewhere in, like, the 50s or 60s. Yeah. I'm also curious, like, obviously, as of recording this right now, I do not know how long the series is going to be, but I'm wondering if we're actually going to hit 70 parts for the series. I kind of doubt it. It would be interesting if we did, but I'm not sure if there's enough stuff in this game to give us 70 episodes. Because, like, Liquid Crystal, it took us about 75 parts to get to where the original Crystal storyline ended. But there was a lot of stuff that was added in that game, so I have a feeling this Let's Play might be decently shorter than the 75 mark. I don't know, feel free to throw out your guesses in the comments, although I'll know if you cheated by waiting until the end of the series, because I check comments as they are written. If you need to rest, just tread water. You'll get your wind back, so you can keep on going strong. Well, I'm riding a Pokemon right here, so I don't think we have too terribly much to worry about. Alright, Swimmer Kara wants to battle. Sent out Staryu. Now, there is another thing that I should probably point out right here. If you are heading out to Cianwood City, I should point out that there's not a Pokemart. So you're probably going to want to stock up on as much stuff as you can before heading out this way. And I should also point out that you should probably catch a flying type Pokemon prior to heading out this way. Not all flying Pokemon count for what you will definitely need it for, but most of them do, and if you're like me and happen to catch just a random Pidgey early on in your adventure, that should definitely work fine. I just really, really recommend you have one, because it will make your life significantly easier. Anyway, keep on going down here. Really, really thin little straight right here. If you ever need a testament for how long super repels last, there you go, because they actually... That one that just wore off, I used it less than a minute into the episode during a cut. Anyway, right here, we have a Whirlpool. We're not going to be able to get past that for a while, so I wouldn't even recommend trying. Anyway, this guy's talking about the secrets of Whirl Islands. There is definitely a very big secret in this area. Probably one of my favorite secrets, although I remember it giving me a bit of trouble back when I was younger, because as you might imagine, it involves catching a certain Pokemon, and it just would not stay in the darned ball back when I played this game the first time. Ay ay ay. Anyway, yet another Pokemon weak to Thunder Punch. Very good. And we're almost to level 28 on Elekid. Honestly, I'd really like to get Elekid at or near level 30 for what's coming up. Yeah, you might think I'm a little insane, but trust me, it's got me a little nervous what we're going to be going up against. The weather is so beautiful, I'm in a daze. Alright, yet another water-type trainer right here. Luckily, I feel like the number of trainers out on this route is manageable, even though it might be a little bit high. So I think we're going to be alright here. Got Seal right here. And I am out of Thunder Punches, actually. That's disappointing. I think I'm going to have to run back to the Pokemon Center after this. Anyway, I should mention, like, 8 or 9 minutes ago in this episode, I taught Elekid Swift, which is a really, really nice move. Basically what Swift does, and I'm pretty sure I've explained this before because I think we got a TM for it, it's, I think, a 60 power normal type move that's never, ever, ever going to miss its target, which is really, really nice. So we're going to be making use of this as, oh man. Well, that's a little frustrating. Okay, let's try Dizzy Punch. If we can get it confused as well, that would be really nice. Now, one thing that's a little unfortunate about Dizzy Punch is that although you might expect it to be a fighting type move, it's not, so you have to plan accordingly for that. Alright, stay asleep. Don't want this thing spamming rest. That would be really unfortunate. And there we go, down it goes. And that should push us over to level 28? Yes, very good. Alright. And we've defeated Swimmer Denise. Very, very interesting defeat text you got there, lady. Alright, went back and healed after that fight. Now I should check, is there someone over here? Yes, there is. I believe this is trainer number 5 on Route 41, so we're making some good progress. Alright, this right here is Swimmer Kirk. First name James? Oh boy, here we go. This is, I believe, our first instance of encountering a Gyarados. If you do not have an electric-type Pokemon with you, God help you, because Gyarados is quadruple weak to Thunder Punch and pretty much tears through anything else you try and throw at it. So yeah, the quicker you can take out Gyarados, the better. I feel like it needs no introduction. I mean, just look at the darn thing. Like, it's terrifying. Eee. Alright, so we're just going to pump this thing full of volts because I do not want to mess with this guy in any meaningful capacity. Down he goes, almost to level 29. Very, very good. I'm beat. Now I should point out that once we basically get this bit of a grinding montage out of the way for Elekid, it's probably not going to get a whole lot of training for a while after that, so we're going to give the remainder of the team an opportunity to sort of get trained up relative to... Oh, we're going to try and get the rest of the team trained up relative to Elekid after that. The water's warm here. I'm loose and limber. Sure, I'll take you on. Alright, trainer number 6. See, I think this route right here is going pretty well. It's kind of a boring route the first time you go through it, I will admit. But honestly, every Pokemon game has a route like that. For me, in Sinnoh, for example, it's the route right south of Lake Acuity. That route, ugh, I hate that route every time I have to go through it. Alright, Thunder Punch right there, critical hit for good measure. Are we going to level up? Oh, not even a pixel, it's right there. It's like making the little kissy face with the edge of the experience bar right there. Come on, we're so close. Alright, so we're going to Thunder Punch this Tentacruel right here, and we're almost able to take it out in one shot. Unfortunately, we don't quite make it. Please do not poison me. Thank you. I think a quick attack will definitely do us good right here since we don't have to worry about Poison Point in this generation, because I think Tentacruel can have that? I don't actually remember. And we get to level 29, very cool. Speaking of cool, Tentacruel. I know, I'm sorry, that was really, really lame. Alright. Another one-shot for us? Yeah, very nice. I want Elekid to be capable of one-shotting a lot of water Pokemon coming up, because there is a particular water Pokemon that is going to suck to fight if we are not careful. Anything up here? No, so I think we'll head back down through this wedge between islands. And yep, there is another trainer right here. He looks so elegant riding your Pokemon. But yeah, if you zoom this route all the way out, you will notice that it's basically a big square with 4 squares inside of it in a really regular orientation. So basically, you have a square that you can explore and then a plus that goes through the middle that you can also explore. So if you need a little mental map of this route, that should give you enough information to understand where exactly we are. So we're almost smack in the middle. We're a little north of center. Alright, got a Goldeen coming out right here. And it looks like my goal of getting Elekid to level 30 is actually going to work out, which is really nice. Now, I'm not sure, but I'm almost positive that something really cool happens with Elekid when it reaches level 30. So we're going to have to see if we can get that to actually happen. Very, very nice. Alright, right through here. Actually, no, yep, this is right. See those islands that are blocked by whirlpools? There just has to be a secret. For a second I thought we were actually further south than we actually were, but nope. We are in the right spot. I believe this is trainer number 8. Swimmer Burke. Sends out Quillfish. Now, I might have mentioned this back when we were first given the opportunity to obtain Quillfish. By the way, if you go back to that previous area, I'm pretty sure the Good Rod still isn't good enough to find Quillfish normally. Just gonna throw that out there. But, I misread this thing's name for the longest time. I didn't realize that that was a Q in its name. I thought it was an O. So I called this thing Owlfish for longer than I would care to admit. Not my proudest moment. Anyway, now that he's down, this should put us right next to that trainer right there, so I think we're going to head around this way and see what we can find. And loop around this bit of island just to make sure we cover all of our bases. Is there actually anyone down here? I'm not sure. Yes, there is. Alright. At night, Staryu gather near the water surface. Gotta say, I really wish that they would have actually animated that in, because I think it would be really, really cool. Unfortunately, we are not that lucky, and they did no such thing, so that is flavor text and nothing else. Alright, now this should be the battle where Elekid reaches level 30, unless something incredibly stupid happens, which I doubt it will, considering how over-leveled Elekid is for the trainers on this route. And there we go, Elekid gets to level 30. Very cool. Next up we have Horsey. Again, because these trainers are not too terribly creative in their teams. Alright, one more Thunder Punch, which is pretty much a guaranteed KO, but we get a critical hit for good measure. And there we go. Down goes trainer number 9, I'm pretty sure, on this route. And, yep, I was right, Elekid is evolving. That is one of my favorite cries in all of Pokemon Crystal. Man, I have never owned a shiny Electabuzz before, but man, I am going to live it up with this thing. Your Elekid evolved into Electabuzz, and it is beautiful and shiny, and I love it. I love it so much. That is the wrong button. Let's go into our Pokemon right here, and check out our newly evolved Electabuzz and its stats. Let's see. Look at them stats. Beautiful. Special attack is definitely a really nice one. 72. Very, very good for this point in the game. Man, I am so hyped. We have a shiny Electabuzz. How many Pokemon Crystal Let's Plays can you say used a shiny Electabuzz on their team? I have a feeling not too terribly many. Anyway, the last little portion of the route that we have not explored is actually this corner up here in the northwest. So, let's check that out, and it looks like this is our last trainer. I'm on my way to Whirl Islands. I'm going exploring with friends. Alright, so yeah, that evolution right there, highlight of the episode so far. Perhaps even highlight of the week. Man, I am so hyped to have a shiny Electabuzz on the team. You have no idea. And here we have its debut battle. I love that cry. It's like, it's so cool. Like, they kind of ruined it when Pokemon X and Y came out, to be honest, because they redid pretty much every cry in the game. And I feel like Electabuzz's cry getting changed is probably the biggest tragedy of the 6th generation. So it's nice to hear it preserved here. Man, it's like ear candy for me. It's just a really satisfying cry. Anyway, look at that power. I mean, I'm sure Elekid could have definitely knocked that Pokemon out just the same, but still, gonna be living it up with this thing. This thing is definitely gonna be one of the crown jewels of the team for the rest of our adventure. I can pretty much guarantee it. Look at that, one shot at a Seeking. That's awesome. You can't tell me that's not awesome, because it is. Alright. Is that how you do it? Yes, indeed, lady. That is how I do it. Alright. Looping right on around here. And I believe that is every trainer on this route. And, of course. Man, it's also really nice to finally have access to Super Repels. Anyway, with that, we have finally arrived in Cianwood City, although you might not be able to tell it. Here it is, right here. Hiding on the water. Cianwood City. A port surrounded by rough seas. Very cool. I think first things first, I want to head to the Pokemon Center and heal up our new shiny Electabuzz. Alright, and I think with that, we are good to end things off here. So, this past episode of Pokemon Crystal, not too much happened. Oh, wait! We got a shiny Electabuzz! Oh man, I'm gonna be living this all up for so long. But yeah, we got here a shiny Electabuzz, and we also conquered all of the trainers on Route 40 and 41 on the way here to Cianwood City. And next time on Pokemon Crystal, we're going to be exploring... Oh my god, Joey! What number is this? Please tell me someone in the comments is keeping count. Next time on Pokemon Crystal, we are going to be exploring Cianwood City, and hopefully getting a hold of some medicine for Amphy back in Olivine City. Yeah, you thought I forgot about that, right? Nope. I definitely know why we're here. And maybe we're also going to see some other interesting things to be seen here across the sea. So without further ado, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.